Welcome back to Deep Speak with Brother Sadiq. Peace, prosperity, love, and light. Glad that you are here. I hope you are sharing these videos so that what we are speaking about, what I am attempting to share with the world, is getting around and about. So hit the like button, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. So today, I kind of want to talk about a few things that I've been noticing that are happening in what they call the conscious community. Okay, the conscious community are those who are somewhat a news source outside of what you may see as the regular media. You have those like myself and others who are out in, I guess you would say, the world of YouTube and Instagram and different forms of social media that attempt to do a service to the people by sharing things that are beneficial for us all as individuals and as a society. So, what I keep seeing, and I think it's a good thing, but I think sometimes our perception is causing us to have a issue with with one another, and it's totally, I think, unnecessary. But I'm going to give my 2 cents and my opinion about some of what I've been seeing. So I'm going to mention those things, and then I will also share from this little book that I told you I received from my son back in maybe '07 or so, and it's like my little diary. I'll share some thoughts from I think '09, 2009. So what I know is that, and I've mentioned in several videos before, that the sources of light and dark are working in their time right now, like the yin and the yang symbol. And we are actively having a transfer of power and energies and lots of agendas being moved around in the world. So, with that being said, I am noticing that many of those in the conscious community are sharing some of the same information. That's kind of for two reasons, okay? So, the argument is that people are stealing other people's information, plagiarism, which I won't even front. I've probably said a thing or two that I've heard another person say, or quotes from books that you just don't, it's however, okay? So sometimes you may not remember exactly where you got the quote from, or however, the goal in my hope is that any of us who are out here attempting to share knowledge and information that we hope is beneficial to others wouldn't have such an egoic claim to say, you stole my information. The possibility is quite likely and quite possible, and this is what I believe, right, is that there is a spirit of energy that is being lifted up in the community amongst those who are in the conscious community or who are conscious in general, okay? Whether you are on YouTube or in any of the, media forms, you at home, if you're watching this video, you are conscious. And so with the awareness coming about, some of your ideas will be my ideas because they are not our ideas, okay? Right, they're not our ideas exclusively in that sense. You are in alignment with the universe, and the information came and you aligned yourself with it, and in this perfect timing. And so a thing that you say may be a thing that I say. A thing that I say may be a thing that you say. But the fact of the matter is, we are both intending to help the people. Our goal and our intention is to share information that is good for the people to know. So if I hear anybody say anything that I'm doing, that I'm trying to share, even the details of my program, if you can bring about my program in the world and produce it and begin to help these children understand their full selves and their potential and their bodies and the environment and all of the things that are relative to the program, if you can bring it about, if you can pull it off, then Godspeed, as they say. Godspeed. What I would like in relation to someone taking my program and utilizing it and attempting to produce it into the world is that you include me. That's all that I would like. So I'm not being egoic about some of the information that I share, because I recognize that the spirit that is in me is the spirit that is in you. And so our similarities in culture and background and relativity to this society may cause us to say almost the exact same words in relation to a social setup or a social construct or a social idea we're trying to put forward. So I would like us to be better about that we don't be hostile toward each other when we hear someone say something that I said or something that I often have said or something that I've said for years. And so your personal circle, your personal community may know, yeah, I done heard him say this 1,000 times. And so it's not as related to, oh, he stole my man's information. I mean, I would hope we can get beyond that, because like I said, that's crabs in a barrel mentality, and it's not really going to benefit us in the sense of what we're trying to do as far as unifying and building forward what we need to do. Because what I said is the truth. You know, I've heard things that I've put in videos said 2 or 3 days later in other people's videos. And so I'll look at my people, you know, and be like, oh my God, you heard that? And so what I relate that to is that is my brother. That is my sister. That is my comrade. Okay? That is another soldier in the battle that we are about to get into. And so they're doing their job. It sounds so similar, don't it, y'all? Don't y'all agree? When y'all agree that what you continue to hear sounds similar, it is because it is the truth. And those who are being lifted up to talk about the truth are probably going to sound similar, okay? They may say quite the same thing, but in different words. And then sometimes they may say almost the same words. This is due to their own connection in how they were raised in this society. So let us not argue about, oh, he stole my information. He stole my information. Man, push it forward, bro. If it's the truth, if it's good for our people, if it's love, if it's light, if it's positive, if it is healthy, push it forward. And let's please stop trying to fight about petty shit. Because what I'm talking about and what I see coming about is a real new world, okay? I'm not worried about who said what. You know, plagiarism is an argument from a man who's not aware that spirit is talking through all of us. And when you get in perfect harmony and balance, you may say a thing. It may even be the spirit of the one who you were speaking. You know, you don't know. Who knows? We ain't balanced that way. We ain't figured all of that. We ain't done the science and the math to add that all up. You know, it may be that exact spirit. Okay? So one day, and it's true. This is true. This is what I'm going to tell you. And shout out to my dude, you know, great wise man. His name is Mark Rockymore. I think he's in Texas. Anyway, point being, I was talking about the plight of, you know, like a post on YouTube or Facebook or something like that. And I was talking about the plight of black people and how, you know, no one seems to be concerned with whatever is going on with us, and how all of the society's statistics, good and bad, we are the leaders of, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, basically culminating in the thought, which is a thought from a book known as, it's by the author, Frantz Fanon, you know, We Are the Wretched of the Earth. And, you know, my man sent me a post and it said, you know, basically he was saying, you and, you know, I'm like, you know, we've come to the idea that we are the wretched of the unloved, the unwanted, we are the wretched of the earth. And, you know, he referenced Fanon. And I, you know, I don't know, I won't lie, you know, bro, I felt a little way because I was like, oh, you're right, that is Frantz Fanon. And you're right, I did read that book. And so, at some point there was a need, I guess, to reference Fanon so that it did not seem as though the thought was original to me. Plagiarism, as they say, right? It didn't cross me as plagiarism in the sense of what I guess people would think, because I wasn't speaking, I don't know, because what I was speaking was off the heart. And it was the truth. We are the unloved, the unwanted. Y'all know how we feel in this society, how we've long felt in this society. And so that's what I was talking about. And the thought culminated with that fact. We are the wretched of the earth because it's outside of, you know, outside even of this national scene. So, yes, of the earth. And so, yes, he was correct. I guess I should have referenced Fanon, but like I said, at the moment, it could have been Fanon channeling through me who made me speak that way. So it wasn't an intent to be a plagiarist. It was just what was manifested through the Spirit to say at that time. And so that is what I'm trying to relate to my people who are on here arguing about sharing or people stealing your information. And I'm not knocking anyone for the information that they share. I love that. But I'm saying we need not have new reasons to fight, though we're trying to make all of our people conscious, make all of our people aware of what we may know or what we are studying. So that's one of the things that I wanted to address. I thought that was necessary to address. It seems that the social engineering continues and that the racial tensions are being, more and more, pronounced, I guess, or announced, right? And so it's creating a energetic tension. And what I'd like to say is that my program, this community center, this program that I say is part of a complex step-by-step process that will lead us right into heaven on earth, God's kingdom on earth, all of that, all of that kind of stuff, right? People all reaching their full potential, which is the purpose of our lives, which is the will of God. As people wonder what is God's will on earth, God's will on earth is that you reach your full potential and produce from your spiritual self all that He instilled in there, right? And so from that, continued production, we as a human species will create heaven on earth. That is the intention of that program. It must start with those who are in the worst condition on the earth, which is those who don't know themselves, the black people in America, right? And it is for the humanity, it's for the human species. It is a re-education of our species. It is that we don't know ourselves, that base, that ancient saying, know thyself. So, know thyself, the human body. You are a spirit that is alive inside of a human body. What are the systems of this body? How do they interact? We will teach that. We will learn that. We will elevate and educate and produce through our children wiser human species by teaching that, by educating that for, the elementary years, the primary school years, if you will. We will mine our children as though there is a chunk of gold or a diamond that is so necessary for us to have out of them, because it is. It is our future stability. Okay? It's been said for as long as we can remember that the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. What we've been teaching them is how to be people who fit into the slots of this world, which corrupt our spiritual purpose, because we're striving for social status, and we're striving for financial status, and we're striving for the things that this world told you are your goals in life. What we're going to teach our youth, and this is a global manifestation of a new human species, where common knowledge will be our human body. It will be common knowledge, like how you log onto Facebook is common knowledge now. So that is the goal for our future. And this will encompass all of the righteous people on the earth. This will encompass all of those who recognize that our productivity and our abilities and um, our our greatest visions have all been dampered and made to seem as though they are a fantasy. But in reality, uh, all that you envision, especially, I mean, this is the thing. This is the thing. This is truly a matrix. I've said it several times. And you are Neo. I am Neo. We are Neo. All of us who are waking up and being awakened, who are recognizing that what we live in is not a sound way for us to manifest our best selves, right? That's what I will say about it, right? That this is not the best way. Being competitive is not the best way to manifest our best selves. Fact of the matter is, cooperation will help us all to attain to our highest heights, where we'll be congratulating each other versus saying, oh, fuck him. I got to get over that. You won't be here. We're not going to be allowing those energies anymore. So what's going to be going on is everyone will be cheering for everyone to reach their fullest. And that is a world that we all would appreciate being in. So I'm just talking about some of the ideas in relation to my vision, because what I recognize is that, like I said, in a world that will be completed by 1 million people or more, who knows? I'm just making an analogy. I am one piece in a puzzle. And what is on your heart, what is in your spirit, what has been, instilled in you, imbued in you, that when you begin to recognize your spiritual self as the most important side of yourself versus your physical self. And I don't front. I'm not going to act like I'm a master here, okay? I am still a regular human being practicing my own struggles, right? Okay? So that is a method for you to be able to grow yourself, recognizing, hey, my addiction to a cigarette, my addiction to alcohol, my addiction to sugar, whatever your addiction is, recognize that your body is addicted to it. Your spirit is not. Your spiritual self is not addicted to cigarettes. Your spiritual self is not addicted to food or sugar or Pepsi or, et cetera, et cetera. Your spiritual self is not addicted to anything. And that addiction that your physical self is causing is hindering your spiritual self. So when you choose to master your physical self by magnifying your spiritual self, which I am still in the process of doing too as well. So then you will have more mastery over your addictions. Yeah, that's just a little thought, a little tidbit of information that for some reason needed to be shared. Somebody needed to hear that, I assume. Anyway, The Matrix, right? In fact, okay, here's this book, right? I'm going to read this book. I'm going to read this book real quick, and then it'll carry over into the idea of the Matrix and you being Neo. And those who are around you who usually don't agree with your energy are just like the agents, right? Remember the agents, the movies, they pop up and transform into an agent and be right there next to you? That's it. When you talking about your positives and your good and your motivations and your spirit and your vision, and the people say, oh man, come on, bro, come on. Agent. They may not even be trying to be an agent, but just like in the movie, start shooting that negative shit at you. Agent, Matrix, you're Neo. Remember that. So just let me say this, okay? Let me go in here. This is from 2009. It's obviously not 2009 now. It's 2020, June 29th, I believe. Yeah, I think so. Monday. Anyway, this is what I wanted to read. It's a little clip. It's only a couple of pages. Won't be long. Anyway, Yeah, it's real stuff that I wrote a long time ago. Anyway, God, Source, only knows how much I care and concern myself with your spiritual life. That is my people, my children, my humanity, my community first. Black people first. Then my human community. I don't front, but I got to take care of me and mine and my house and my home and my love and my community first. So that's what I mean. God only knows how much I care and concern myself with your spiritual life. In time, you may come to know how this all started and the purpose and intention of the one who started it. Not any iota of this existence is arbitrary. All has purpose and reason. Finding the purpose and lesson in all things and situations is the beginning of the end of the matrix. Never woe is me. It's a lesson every time. Okay, off track. Free your mind and the rest will follow. We've heard that 1,000 times, right? Now, this is a step in the freeing of your mind, right? Back to your spiritual self, your physical self. Remember, I was just talking about that. Molecules have no real physical matter, right? Molecule, you break it down to atom, when you get there, there is nothing physical about it. Molecules have no real physical matter, yet all in physical reality are created of molecules. So what does that mean? It's just kind of like what I was saying. Okay, it's the Matrix. Remember, watch the movie. Go back and watch the movie, The Matrix. So some say, oh, well, we are just a dream in the mind of the Creator. We are all a dream in the mind of the Creator because there is no physical reality to any of it. The table, anything, whatever you're watching this on, what you're sitting on, laying on, your physical self is not real. All of it is made of things that have no physical matter. So why do we see physicality? Why do we feel physicality? That's where you begin to do your pondering and your questioning of God, ancestors, spirit, self, etc., etc., etc. And you go there. That's where you can begin. Because that's a fact. That's a scientific fact. Now, if that is a fact, what does that mean? What does that mean? Okay? Let me give you another thought for you flat earthers. Okay? And for you globe earthers. I don't know. I've never been off the planet personally to see and say what I see and and y'all can say the science and the math says this and that and this and that's all you want to. I'm going to say this. This is the science that I was understanding that our personal cosmology is, right? The sun my understanding is that the sun is shooting through the universe, right? It's shooting through the galaxy, whatever you want to call it, the larger domain, right? And that the sun is shooting through like a comet does. And that our planets, Earth, Mars, Venus, etc., are part and parcel to what is the tail in relation to the sun. So that the sun is like this, and we're rotating like this, right there, in the tail of the sun, in the tail of the comet, shooting through space infinitely, obviously, right? This is the understanding of the model of space. How few of us actually sit and think about that? Because if that is true, if we're traveling behind the sun, which is traveling, and we're spinning, okay? If that is true, it would make sense that we should never see as our backdrop, which is space, the stars, etc., the same sky. We should never see at night the same stars, because that's like me driving from where I am in Indiana to California. If I get in a car right now and I begin driving from Indiana to California, I should never see the same house. I should never see the same house. That makes sense, right? Because I'm from here to there, and I don't spin back around. I don't spin a circle, so I should never see the same house. Yet, they say we see the same backdrop you know, as those who were around 16,000 years ago. And they can tell you where the Big Dipper will be 10 years from now, 2 weeks from now, tomorrow. So if we're traveling and our backdrop is space, how is it possible that we see the Big Dipper and these same constellations every night, and it's the same constellations that were seen 16,000 years ago, possibly 250 million years ago, depending on the reference of the caves that you look at? So, the argument is, oh, well, everything, because that the reason is you see the same thing is because everything is moving, because all of it is moving, all of the space is moving. Well, if that is true, if everything is moving, then nothing is moving. And if everything is moving, what is not moving that you would reference the speed of any movement by? So I'm just giving you some thoughts to think about. And please comment if you have some answers to those questions, because I've asked it of several people and I've never gotten a satisfactory answer. Okay? Why do I see the same sky that a guy 16,000 years ago saw, 500,000 years ago saw, and drew on a cave? Why is it that I see the same sky and I can tell you where that same sky will be in 30 days? Okay. Doesn't seem like we're traveling to me. So that's just a theory. Look at that. I'm going to finish reading from this little book and then I won't be long because I didn't mean to be long today. All right. This is about ascension, okay? It says ascendant, elevated character. Keep your head to the sky, okay? Balance, harmony, freedom. Listen to that inner truth, for it is the source of life. I would hope you are, because that's what I told you time and before. And now that this 16-layer chess game is playing out before your eyes, and you see they are pushing for a race war, I hope that you can discern spiritually how you need to move so that you are in the right place at the right time and in harmony. Okay. Listen to that inner truth, for it is the source of life. Watching this world fall apart down around our knees, it's a sad sight to the vision of any one of the lovers of mankind. It's a motivation to build and bring about a better way and some new alternatives to this chaos and separation as a way of life. Sex is what seems to dominate the minds and culture of the free society called America, land of the thieves and home of the slaves. But not for long. That's changing rapidly, right in front of your eyes. So be a king when kingdom comes, because you have a part to play as well. Pure hearts, minds, intentions will reign by my and his will, his and her will, the universal will, the ancestral will, the will of truth, justice, fairness, equality, etc. Some of our homes are like similes of catacombs full of the dead, and we walk through the ghetto with the power of resurrection in our heads, afraid to use that gift to wake the dead. But these, my people, that's what I said. I live for my people, I'll die for my people, I cry for my people as I try for my people to plant seeds of our needs in the seeds of our genes. Provide these with the needs to elevate mentalities. Give them visions with missions to create new realities. So that is the purpose. That is the plan. In your heart, you have a part of what is the future. And if you don't begin to get yourself in alignment and in balance with that, then you won't be in alignment and in balance when the necessary time comes. So stay in spiritual harmony, stay in balance. Don't be corrupted by the way that the world is. Don't say what you know is right is wrong because the way the world is, well, shit, that's how the world is. I ain't finna do this. Nah, that's how, I ain't finna do this. That's how, man, please, the world like this. So fuck the world. If you want to be part of that, then you keep doing those little things. But you better stop that shit. Stop that shit. Anyway, movie references be just popping in my head like that. You know, y'all know what you better stop that shit. What's that reference? That's that was my man talking on my man woman in that movie, Raging Harlem. Anyway, so I'm just saying, y'all better stop that shit, man. For real, y'all got to get it in balance, dude, because time is short. No man knows the hour, as they say, right? But we can all feel it. Y'all feel it. Y'all feel it in the air. If you can't feel it in the air, you better start praying so you can feel it in the air, because it's in the air. And I hope you can feel it. And so get your spiritual self in as best balanced as you can be. Get in harmony. Get in line. I'm going to just tell you this is some of the prayers I pray, and I'm going to just tell you. I ask that I be aligned with the purpose for my creation, right? That I be in perfect balance with the intention for my creation, with the one who intended for me to be created, right? Okay, being in line mentally, spiritually, physically, psychologically, all the way down to the molecular level. You want to be in perfect harmony with your purpose in this time. Find that, seek that, okay? Share this video, please, because many, 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 many people need to hear this. And it's not about my ego. Oh, yeah, they listening. Oh, no, 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 no. Because you are responsible for what you tell people. You are responsible for what you share. So if I'm wrong, woo. So no, I ain't wrong, though. I'm in balance. I seek that. And so I trust that. And I am quite clear that we are being raised up. We are being inspired. We are being lifted. And don't let any of your detractors detract from your energy. You must move around. And let me tell you, I thought I was done, but I forgot. This is test time. You will be tested. Oh yeah, if you say you stand on this, you believe in that, you are going to be tested. Okay, it is written in all the books too, but I'm just telling you right now, I have been tested in words that I've said in these last couple of weeks. I have been tested in every way. And for a fair majority of them, I feel like I will say if there were 90%, I've done 90% well. 10%, I've moved early. I've done things that I shouldn't have. But I'm telling you, listen to yourself. Listen to your spiritual self. Seek that information. It is so important right now to cut off the TV. Do not be distracted. Distraction is the tactic of those who wish for you never to reach your full potential. Full out method. Distraction. So be blessed. Be on your mission, be on your purpose, seek out your own personal reason for being here, not the sense of, oh, why did God create life on earth? Not that. No, that's not as important as, why am I here? What did you intend for me personally? Why is my experience what it's being, and how is it to my benefit and to the use and for the tools that are part of my work in this world? So get on that. Bless somebody. Share with somebody. And I ain't talking about bless them with this video. I mean, that's an arrogant statement I'm not talking about. I'm talking about bless somebody literally. Okay? Y'all, we can't go to church. Don't give my tithes. Don't give it tithes. Go down to the street and give it to that man who you know homeless. Go down there and help them kids or that young girl who had a baby. Do your part. Do your part. Because the more you do, the more you'll be recognized by the creator of one of his soldiers. So be a soldier. It's soldier season. Okay? Stand up. Don't be afraid. And I'm going to tell you, you better be ready to die for what you say you believe in now. You better be ready to live and die for what you say you believe in today. This is not a time for fronting. This is not a time for faking. This is not a time for motherfuckers out here trying to show out. This is a time for real soldiers on the front line, spiritual warfare, and stand your ass up. Stand up or sit down or get out the way. But it's that time, and it ain't no time for fear. Nope. I'm ready to die, if necessary, for what I believe to come forward in this world. Okay, I'll be back. It's what it is. I ain't tripping. If I ain't back, then somebody else gonna pull it off. But it'll, it's all going down. So be part of the things that's going to change for our good, for our future. Don't be about no fear. That's a controlling factor in your life. And confusion, which is your TV, your phone, your all of the distractions. Find your spiritual self. Stay on that. Take 2 days and cut the TV and all the electronics off as need be. But you got to get your spiritual self in alignment now. Critical time. Critical time. All right, one love. Bless, bless, bless.